Decorating Center. And a good morning to you on this Thursday morning. I'm Art Lewis. Nice to have you with us. We'll have open phones for the first 2 hours, 9 and 10 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, we learn about the Dow Tennis Classic on Focus. So that's what's coming up this morning. We'll also hear from Terry Henney, who will be out at a Sugar Beet meeting at Horizons. Talk to him after the 11 o'clock hour. But for today, again, open phones, 989-752-6111, and I guess it would be reasonable to start out talking about what happened yesterday since it's all over the news. I've got some thoughts on it. First of all, I am not going to assess blame or fault on anyone because I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. I find it interesting, though, that there's a political divide on how this is viewed. On the D side, the woman was not at fault. The officer just shot. She was trying to get away. On the R side, she was attacking the agent with her vehicle and weaponized her vehicle. And again, I wasn't there. I haven't seen the videos. I have no idea. So it's who do you believe? And I know exactly what the answer is just from the comments that are made by public officials. But I will say the one guy I think ought to shut his mouth is Fry, the mayor of Minneapolis. He did nothing to quell the situation. So, what happens now? Well, there'll be multiple investigations. And don't be surprised if there's not multiple answers. It is a tragedy, no doubt about that. I don't care how you look at it, whether he should have or shouldn't have. It's a tragedy that a mother lost her life. If it was due to her own actions, then she has the blame. If it wasn't, then it's his blame. But regardless, it is, I think, reprehensible for a city to purposely ignore and even block, if you will, ICE agents from doing their job. These men and women put their uniform on every day, just like every other law enforcement agent in the country. And for the most part, they go out, they do a job, they protect us, they do what's needed to keep law and order in our country. Are there rogues? Yeah. Occasionally there are. But is it more likely that citizens bring it on themselves? Yeah, history will show that's probably true. You only hear of the incidents like this, a singular incident where a singular officer takes a singular life, and it makes the news. And depending how you come down on it, you either praise the officer or you want to prosecute the officer. But remember this. You only hear about these very, very unusual incidents, particularly when it involves an organization that's so much in the news these days, ICE. You don't hear about the thousands and thousands of men and women who put on the police uniform every day, both local and state and federal, to go out and protect you and yours and to serve their communities. You talk to most police officers, and I have talked to, hundreds, thousands in my career. And I am one as a support deputy in the sheriff's department. They will tell you to a person they did it because they wanted to serve their community. And that is the outlook most of them have, and that is why they do what they do. Because every time you put that uniform and badge on, you become a target. It's unfortunate in this country. There's been a loss of respect for law enforcement ever since George Floyd. That one incident sullied the image of police across the nation and did so unfairly. Because again, a few rogue officers made it bad for every other officer that wears the uniform. It is a very difficult job. Sometimes it's a job you can't leave at work and you take home with you. You put your life at risk every day. You follow the policies and procedures of your department to the letter. You do the job all the time. And most of the time, the public doesn't hear about 99% of what you do. But all it takes is one big negative in the news, and you start hearing the cries, defend the police. I got news for you. After George Floyd, the cities that tried defunding the police found out what a bad idea that was when their crime shot up. Look at California. Look at what happened out in California and some of the greatest cities in the country. Couldn't control crime. Didn't want to control crime. Had prosecutors who wouldn't prosecute crime. Unbelievable. But it happened. So rather than rush to judgment on what happened yesterday, I'm going to sit back, listen and watch whatever they say about the investigations. And after all is said and done, you know it's going to end up in court. We'll let the judicial system eventually make the decision. I'm tired of bashing. I mean, every time you watch or listen, somebody's bashing somebody else. I'm going to let the system play out and go from there. Again, I wasn't there. I didn't see it. I certainly haven't seen the videos, which I don't think anybody else has either, except for people like the mayor, and then he viewed it his way. I don't know. I don't know. So who am I to sit here and pass judgment if I have no information other than what the media has told me? And, of course, unfortunately, that depends which media you watch, how they phrase it, how they present it. And you go from there. I mean, you know, it's a he said, she said kind of situation. You know, one media says this, one says that. Who do you believe? So I choose not to rush to judgment. And that's the way I've always been. In this day and age, cannot bring myself to jump on any train going down the track, one way or the other. I'm just going to sit, watch, listen, and then come to my own conclusions, which will be based on what I've heard from both sides. And again, it'll be an opinion. I'm not an expert. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. But we all form opinions. Anyway, I just thought we'd get that out of the way and start with that. Our lines are open for you, 989-752-6111.
It's natural to have questions.
I doubt it. I really doubt it. But yeah, she might. I mean, nothing's out of the ordinary, I guess. But I mean, Duggan has to answer to it because he's the outgoing mayor, and happened on his watch. A lot of good things. It's interesting that they say that because I guess I question it too a little bit. And here's why. In Duggan's terms, more than once he was elected by the people of Detroit.
Right. Yep.
It was an awful lot of brand new development happened in Detroit. He was big on it. I mean, his economic development plans. I mean, that city is laced with new development now and new businesses and some big ones. And it's almost contrary to what you hear. I mean, it seems to me that if you've got all this new development in your community, then you're going to have some new jobs too.
You would think.
You would think. And I just, it surprises me. I would think that some of these other areas of the country where they're losing population faster than we are would be on the bottom of the list. But listen, it's not for me to answer for Mayor Duggan. It's up for him to answer. And I'm sure he'll be queried about it on the campaign trail.
Yeah.
But it just seems contrary to me. It just seems contrary to logic.
Yep.
So that's my feeling.
I think you're right on.
All right.
All right.
Have a good one.
That's all I got.
Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Next up is Carl in Saginaw. Good morning, Carl.
Good morning, Art. When you were talking about Minnesota a few minutes ago, did you say you have not seen the videos of what happened?
I have not seen the video that was taken at the time of the shooting. I've seen videos in the aftermath, but I haven't seen the video of the shooting.
Oh, okay. All right. But, yeah, I mean, because the videos of...
Videos didn't show anything.
Well, at least... Well, I don't know. It shows where the agent is standing, and it shows her trying to back up and, those kind of things. I thought maybe you hadn't seen any of that.
No, I've seen some of it, but not the one that really counts.
Okay, Art, I have a question for you. I've been thinking about this for a while. I was wondering, what would you do if you're driving home today and a van in front of you, an unmarked van, stops, a couple of men who are not in uniform, who have masks on, jump out and grab somebody on the sidewalk and start pulling them toward the van? And you're behind them in your car. What would you do in a situation like that?
Well, there's two answers. As a member of the sheriff's department, as a support deputy, I would probably have to get out of the car and ask for identification. As a citizen,
and then
I would identify myself and ask them for their identification. And as a citizen who was not a member of law enforcement, probably would do nothing because of the risk.
Well, should a citizen
pick up the phone and call 911?
Should they get a license number?
Call 911, get a license number. Yeah. Now, don't forget, you may be reporting on illegal activity, but it doesn't hurt to report.
Yes, but when these men, they're not in uniform, I don't see.
Well, now anything I've seen. I've seen tactical gear on all of them that are clearly marked. I haven't seen any.
No. I've seen a lot where, yes, tactical gear, but it doesn't say police or ICE or anything.
The ones I've seen
and they're all wearing masks.
Yep.
That I would think that would be, that what that woman was thinking in Minnesota. somebody runs up. To the
Come on
side
now.
of your car.
Let's not put ideas in her mind because you have no idea what she was thinking. You have
Well,
no
what would you
idea
think? If somebody ran
whatsoever.
up to your-
You have no
If somebody
idea.
ran up to your car and started grabbing on the door handle, and they had a mask on.
And was he in uniform? Did he have on tactical gear? And were there all kinds of tactical gear officers around there?
Yes.
Okay, good enough.
Can you understand how she might panic in a situation like that?
Yeah, and I can also understand how she might want to ram him. So which way is it?
Yeah. Okay.
What was in her mind? You tell me.
We don't know what was in her
Oh,
mind.
that's what I wanted to hear. We don't know,
Okay.
which is what I've been
Okay,
saying all along.
Okay, but Christy Nome and the president came out and said they've already cleared this officer.
Yeah, and the
Even
mayor
before
of
investigation,
Minneapolis
they've
and the
already cleared.
governor of Minnesota came out and made him guilty. So pick your
Yeah.
side. Pick your side.
Well, I don't like either side. I don't.
Well,
like
there
either
you go.
side.
Then you'll wait and see what happens, won't you? But stop putting
we
ideas in her
certainly
mind
do.
because you have no idea what she was thinking.
Well, I know what I would be thinking if some masked man
Well, if
ran
it-
up to the side
If
of
it
my
were
car.
you, then you'd know what you would be thinking.
Yes.
If her purpose was not positive, she might not have cared. But we don't know.
You just- or
We
just-
don't know.
Art, a minute ago, in that scenario where you were behind a van, you said if you were a civilian, you probably wouldn't get out of your car.
That's not what you didn't ask me if they came up to my car and opened the door, did you? Is that what
No,
you? No,
but you
okay.
said-
So your scenario changed.
But you said if you were a civilian, you wouldn't have gotten out of your car because you would have been afraid. Didn't you just say that?
Yeah, if they were pulling somebody else off the street, is what you said, correct?
Yes.
All right. Then that situation I described from what you said, I described my reaction. You didn't tell me they were trying to open my door, pull me out. You didn't say any of that.
No.
So,
I'm
well, then it's a
asking
different
now.
situation. It's a different
Okay.
situation. Well,
But can you
because
see
I'm a
why
law-abiding
somebody might panic.
no, because I'm a law-abiding citizen, I'm probably not going to move my car.
Well, she was a citizen. She was a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, I
woman
understand
was
that.
shot.
I said I was a law-abiding citizen. I would not move my car.
Okay.
Take it for what it's worth.
Well.
All right, got to move on. Take care,
Okay.
Carl. Bye-bye now. And we'll go to Midland, and in Midland we'll talk to Scott this morning. Scott, good morning.
Good morning, Art. Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Hey, I kind of follow the same routine as you. I kind of walk not one way on the tracks, but the other way, but kind of like down the middle. And I feel that we're hearing a lot from one side is we're just trying to clean up the mess that was made from the previous administration. And the other side, all I'm hearing is we got to take it to them. We got to fight. We got to go to war. We got to do this, do that. And if people are in your way, you get in their face. And these men are just law enforcement are just trying to do a job to clean up a mess that was made, a terrible mess. Not that I agree with some of the things, but every single video that I've ever seen, these men are well marked. The vehicles may not be marked, but they wear masks to protect themselves not only from their identities and their families, but also with all the stuff that's going on out there, influenza and everything else. They're just trying to, because they're getting spit on. And I've seen raids in Midland and where they were spitting on and throwing bricks and everything else. And they're just trying to do a job.
Yep.
And it's a job that a lot of people right now probably don't want, but there are people who are taking it, and they're doing a great job.
What's interesting is their recruiting is doing very, very well. They've had record numbers of people apply.
Yep. And it's but to hear our elected officials saying, go out there and fight and do everything you can to stop this. And these are our elected officials that are telling our people, and with the mental vulnerable state that our country is in right now, a lot of these people, they're taking that to an extreme.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that that's happening.
I don't see an end to it right now. So
I don't either. It's sad, and it's going to be a long road. Long road.
All right, Scott. Listen, I appreciate the call. Hang in
there. We'll talk to you later.
Take care, buddy. Bye-bye now. Mark in Mount Pleasant, hang on. We'll get to you after these notes. Let me talk about your tires. Winter is here, if you haven't noticed, even though it's going to be in the 40s and maybe even 50 by tomorrow. But winter is here, and the roads can get real slick in the wintertime, and you need good tires designed to handle it. Winter tires. Now, if you wonder if there's a difference, the answer is yes. So we've gone to Quick Lane Freeland next to McDonald Ford and asked John, by the way, where they sell all their tires at just $5 over cost. And they are tire experts. And John can explain the difference between winter tires and your regular tires.
Hello, Art. Yes, winter tires are made with a pliable rubber compound that includes silica to stay flexible and maintain grip in freezing temperatures. Unlike harder all-season tires, which stiffen and lose traction in the cold, this flexible compound allows the tire to better conform to the road surface, providing superior grip and traction on snow and ice to keep you safe.
Thanks, John. Stop in to Quick Lane Freeland right next to McDonald Ford. It's part of the McDonald Ford property. And have them check your tires and find out about winter tires. Also have them check your cooling system, another important part of winter driving. And don't forget, McDonald Ford offers the complete lineup of new Fords, plus an extensive pre-owned lot with vehicles for every budget. Stop in today. Quick Lane Freeland and McDonald Ford, two names standing ready to help you with all your automotive needs for 2026.
Gotta go.
And we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show, and back to our phones. We hit to Mount Pleasant, and we talked to Mark this morning. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Art. How are you, sir?
Good.
Hey, just an observation of what I saw on that ice situation. One, she didn't comply, and I think if she would have complied at the beginning, she would be driving today.
Oh, yeah.
However, she took it upon herself not to comply when she saw the vehicle that was chasing. They looked like they were in pursuit of another vehicle that went by, and then she edged her vehicle out in the middle of the street and stopped them from pursuing what the ICE agents were pursuing. So the ICE agents, with their vehicles flashing, got out of their vehicle, and we all saw what had happened. But had she just complied, Carl asked these silly questions, what would you do? I wouldn't be in the middle of the road arguing with a police officer on what my rights are. Just comply and you won't have an issue. But my main call was out in Russia just got another tanker, a ghost tanker, I think they call them, because it's not trading on the market.
Right.
They're going to want that back. So I think we just escalated the situation.
Well, it's interesting because that tanker, from what I've read, what I understand, just put up the Russian flag. It all of a sudden became a Russian tanker.
Mm-hmm.
So I listen, this whole thing, way above my pay grade.
Russia was saying that they definitely want that tanker back. The chess forward has been...
What I would do is take that tanker into some port where they can offload the oil and then send them back their tanker.
Fill the tanker up with concrete or something.
No, they can have their boat back. I mean, it's
yeah, I hear you.
Listen, this whole, every day you wake up and you ask yourself, well, what happened last night? What happened today? What's going to happen today? It's amazing. It is just.
Well, it's a tight margin in the Congress for Trump to really do anything right now.
Absolutely.
Is it not amazing? Is it not amazing all the work that has been done, whether you agree with it or not, without Congress approval, as far as the border, negotiating around the world?
Well, where he can and he doesn't need congressional approval to do it, yeah, absolutely. He's done a lot of stuff.
But a lot of presidents in the past.
I'm not sure what he's done that might have required congressional approval before he did it. I don't know the answer to that. He's done so much, and it comes so fast. And I'm not a legal. I don't know the legality of every executive order and whether they're proper or not. I just don't know.
Did Obama get approval to bomb Osama bin Laden?
It's happened with every president, just more with this one because he's used it more. But no, absolutely, Obama had his own thing going on.
Does it give a new light on the presidency as to, since Trump has been able to do a lot of stuff without Congress, is to say, we want a better candidate that can actually do something as the president, as opposed to just relying on the debating, earmarking.
I suspect what it's going to do. I suspect what it's going to do is make Congress come up with new laws that prohibit some of the stuff that he's done to try and prevent it from happening. Because Congress wants to be in everything. The president wants to be in everything. I'll tell you what, though, he was absolutely right in one thing when he did not go to Congress to pre-inform them about the raid that captured Maduro, because Congress is a leaking sieve. And if you went to Congress and you laid out your complete plans on how Delta Force was going to go capture Maduro, it would have been in the press before you ever got there.
I saw on there was there's an app out there for politics that you can bet on presidents across the world and so forth. A week before Maduro was captured, somebody put a $30,000 bet and won $408,000 on there. Do they have a way of tracking?
I don't know.
Something like that to find out.
I have no idea. I don't know who runs it. I don't know anything about it. So, I imagine if it's a known entity, there's always a way. But other than that, I have no idea. It's getting ridiculous. You can bet on everything today.
Yeah.
It's stupid. All right.
Well, enjoy the weather tomorrow.
Hey, you too. Thanks. Have a good one.
Take care.
Bye-bye now. All right, lines open, 989-752-6111.
I'm talking to Attorney J.
And here's what's coming up this week on Outdoor Magazine. First, Lance Valentine talks fishing. Then Keel Jorgensen of Woods and Water News. In our second hour, Jason Herbert on the early search for shed whitetail antlers this year. Then Ed Blissick talks about proposed...
You there? Gene? Gene disappeared. Oh, Gene. Call back. Don't know what happened to Gene. Call back, Gene. I don't know. She just vanished. Just vanished. Gone. In the wind. Happens once in a while. Don't know why, but the line gets disconnected or whatever. So, all right, there she is. So Gene, are you there?
Did you hang me up?
No, I didn't hang you up. I was sitting here waiting, listening to you.
Anyhow, back to what I was saying. Anyway, the lady across the street walked out, and she said the woman was trying to back up her car so she could go forward to get away. Now, say that actually she was causing a bunch of problems, blocking the road and a whole bunch of problems. Did she still deserve to be shot in the face?
If she was using the vehicle as a weapon, yes. If she wasn't, no. That's the answer. Now the question is, did she use it as a weapon? And I sit here in Saginaw, Michigan, having no idea. and you're in Bay City, Michigan, having no idea other than what you've seen on the media.
Now, the neighbor that had just walked out shot a video